the people in the office rather than the office? Have
but
we
this is about
established
performance? This is about performance of her duties.
I agree, but we must investigate the performance to find out what allowed her, what gave her the power, what gave her the laxity to work the way. You see, the reason why you and I have worked in big institutions like multimedia and other places where we had KPIs. Did she have key performance indicators that are measurable enough to say that these are your
But that's the same
indicators?
institution that Charlotte Osei and Afia worked with. Hi everyone. A staff member of the Electoral Commission of Ghana has petitioned President John Dramani Mahama for the removal of the EC chair, Madam Jane Mensah. She's been accused of cronyism, abuse of office, and gross incompetence. This isn't the first time an EC chair is facing a removal petition. Our former EC chair, Madam Charlotte Osei, was previously removed. Now the big question I'm asking is this setting a bad precedent for future appointments? Or these petitions are justified? Are they harming Ghana's independent institutions, or they are holding them accountable? What are your thoughts? Let the debate begin. Kindly like, comment, and share this post so we can have a debate on the petition for the removal of the EC chair, Madam Jane Mensah. So what could be the hindrance for her?
But you see, I think that is too simplistic to look at it. When Afia was there, that was at the beginning of our democracy. We had not gone anywhere. We didn't have systems. So as bold and confident as Afia was, he used most of the things were at his discretion. And if Afia was maybe a wicked, a selfish person, somebody was unpatriotic, I think back in the day, Ghana would have been simple, would have entered into a civil war. But Afia was so patriotic and committed to the cause of Ghana's democracy that those days we had not even established most of our electoral laws. We started IPAC during Afia era. And so before IPAC came to place, Afia was using a lot of things were at his discretion. So Ghana owes a lot to Afia. He established the systems for us. So if we're using the same spectacles and the same critical assessment to assess Afia, like we're doing to Charlotte Osei and Jane Mensah, I think that Afia would not be able to stand the test of time. But we didn't have those systems back in the day. But his level of patriotism was able to cover some of the administrative errors that were there. Of course, we, even as a people, as voters, we were not so exposed to even know some of the errors that Afia was doing. So some of the things that you are labeling as incompetent happened under Afia, but we didn't even see it because we didn't have what it takes. We had never experienced election on that level to even question some of those things. So we started seeing it when Charlotte Osei came. And then we were saying, oh no, this is not right, this is not right, this is not right. I still insist that the things that happened under Charlotte Osei did not warrant her removal, because if you had allowed Charlotte Osei to stay, by now she would have established some systems, learning from the mistakes that she has made, learning from the errors that she had been exposed to. She will be better placed to say that let's do it this better way. Let's go to America, let's go to UK, let's go to these advanced countries, let's establish the system. But we are so quick to remove the people. That's why I don't support removal of Jane Mensah, because I think that if the administrative systems errors there, the administrative gaps, let's strengthen those gaps. Let's establish strong systems. Let's establish strong monitoring systems that can say that she doesn't have the power to do A on her own. She doesn't have the power to do B on her own. Can we get a software that will do the collation? Can we get these things? Can we get a proper firewall that will not be unpenetrable? Because if you take the Charlotte Osei case, remember, I think her second press conference, she was saying that people had attempted to hack the system. See, so if we just look at the individuals occupying the office, but not look at the holistic system in place, say the people, the systems, the structures, the laws, I think we'll be missing the point. We'll remove 10 people, but we'll still not be able to deal with the actual issue that is allowing them to have the balls to do the things that they are doing, or to abuse the office they are abusing. So yes, things were not.
Sunday, I think Big Dad is the next person to ask the question.
Is it Big Dad or Asempa?
Yes, no, okay, Big Dad came
please
first.
Ask your question and then we ask Asempa.
Good morning. Magina Swatch about me say contribution kakara be say me make say kwanda ho say meeting akasa kakra.
Go ahead. Okay.
I say me question kakra me to me aka and say I will say it is Afia. I will say well make a lot of impact. Now or can we say and you say and can nipa.
Robert made the Brofo Kakra France so why. You other region a country for us. So if you can mix it for us, yeah.
Okay. Say you shouldn't maybe to removing them, you should allow them to work in and learning their mistake. But it's whereby say the people they are occupy all these positions.
But what they catch you now, I'll interpret it. What they catch you now, make my interpret.
Yeah, no problem. I say that people they are occupy the positions. I think they are not there to working for Mother Ghana, but remember they are there to working for party. But until the day the citizen will know when they employ me, I'm there to working for Ghana, motherland, but I'm not there for party. Whether I am the chairman of the party or the leader of party, wherever who choose me, we don't care about the party, but we are working by motherland. But now Ghanaians doesn't know that. So if you are a new government, you win power, and you did not remove such people, they will come to destroy your government because the people put them over there, whether MDC or MPP, they must make sure they work for that party. So they must make sure they hinder your progress. And I can say, if Mother Ghana haven't got children, because you can say a goat have an ownership. The reason why if somebody stealing a goat, within 3 months, that person is in prison. But because of Ghana is no man's land, everybody can go there and mess up and go his way. The reason why the politicians stealing millions of dollars, but they tell you, oh, the law is, we need a proof, we need this, we need this, we need this. The end of the day, they will talk. The end of the day, nothing will happen. Because the OSP, he's supposed to, even that man, nobody's supposed to sack him. Because Sister Afia, I have one question for you. If you, Sister Afia, have a company, and the company, they're storing you $100 million a year, and you try to fund a security, and then when the security man came working, the end of the year, they store you 120 million. Are you sitting down and say, I'm watching for my company, for that security man to learn? Easier for him to come to support, to getting that money for you. Even now they are stealing more. So what is the importance of the job of the security man?
Okay, Big Dad.
He learning what?
Okay, Big Dad.
To sack.
Okay, Big Dad, I understand you. I understand your point, yes, and it's true. If it's my private company, there's no way I will let somebody stay
because
and say
Mother Ghana is not belong to anybody.
I agree, but Big Dad, you see, and running a country, Big Dad, are you listening to me? Running a country is different from running a private company. Okay, but running a country, there's so much at stake. And a country like Ghana, where you have about almost 34 million people, running a country is different. And there are repercussions, there are consequences of just, removing anybody at all from office. So my only point was that let's establish a system, because when, like you said, when people are there to do the bidding of their political parties, you can prevent them from doing that when you have proper systems, checks and balances. But I think over the years, we've thrown all that to the dogs. So we've allowed political appointees to do what they want for their parties. It's because we don't have those systems. Ask Sandy, abroad, you can't say that Obama appointed you or Trump appointed you or Trump recruited you into the army so you are doing what you want. No, there are systems that will check you to make sure that you do what and those are the systems that I'm saying that we should just establish in Ghana so that we can protect Ghana in the long term. Because whether we like it or not, every party, if you allow them, all of them will come to power and want to appoint their own people. That's how they are.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Big Daddy. Thank you.
I will borrow your box.
Yeah, Asempa, let's hear from you. Then Cardman has a question as well. Asempa, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. If you had to say, Cindy, I would want to throw up a very simple input to what Nee said. If I'm not going to put on the political lenses, I'm just going to.
Please, if they are not following, please let them put the questions in the comment section. Don't bring them to the box, please. All right, please go ahead. Yeah.
I crave your indulgence. If I'm not going to be putting on the political lenses, okay, but I'm giving a clear perspective as a legal officer, all right? And the entirety of the topics being debated. Anytime the matters relating to the CJ's removal comes up in any event, be it on mainstream media, on social handles and all that, it becomes a very worrying situation to some of us who falls within the telescopes of the law. All right. You see, Afia made a very good point. The whole thing is we should look at the letter and spirit of the Constitution. The Constitution that established the office itself is a problem. The African mindset that governs is a problem. I was privy to be on the CJ side when we approached the whole panel and all that. But you know one thing, the sad aspect of it is that if so when you read the Constitution, just within the preamble, it says, "We the people of Ghana do in the name of Almighty God swear."
Right.
Hence, with that protocols of the Constitution itself, gives some sort of legal fundamentals to whoever becomes the head of state, because the authority arm of the people is invested in the hands of the president. You see, if the president and his government had not even made a comment and has kept it as a hidden secret that all things being equal, when they take up the arms of governance, they would deal with the woman, Ghanaians would have a different perception about the whole trial. But it became a political campaign. What do you call if you campaign that they actually bring media for no the market and your friend is
Manifesto.
Good political manifesto. All right. So therefore, Ghanaians were very eye-opening on the matter. And you see, the sad aspect of it is that for the accused person to write to the presidency just to give a clue that I have heard about these things, give me a yes or no, and if it is, furnish me a copy of those petitions. One, I would want to tackle it on two angles, and I will leave the scene. If you look at the team called Morning Star, is it Shining Star, right? Shining Star. That group cannot even be identified at the Registrar General's department. How can that people constitute a group to petition such a very fundamental legal office? All right.
But can they be identified as Ghanaians? Because the group may not exist. But if they all identify themselves by their Ghana card, they are citizens. So
listen,
that's why the law have to look at the merit of what they're bringing in.
No, you see, let's do it this way. Given the records that they have a nationality identity of a Ghanaian, let alone they didn't go in their individual capacity, they went in a group star. All right. And hence
but they remain citizens. So if their group cannot be identified, their individual Ghanaian citizenship can be identified, which gives them standing to petition, right?
No, you see,
because there's no law that says that they should petition as a group. They can petition as Ghanaians.
They can petition as a Ghanaians, but hence the address to even establish who they are.
No, but that all is traceable, because if they are Ghana card, because now if you are filing issues with the court, you have to establish that you are a Ghanaian, this is your Ghana card number. If all that can be done, then there's no issue. They have standing to petition.
Okay, then let me come in with this, that those identity wasn't recognized at the committee level.
Okay, that's even an aside matter, so you go on.
No, let me give you a hint of it. All right, if you and Stanley gets up, all right, given your nationality being Ghanaians, all right, and you get up one morning, form a group with all these numbers in the box here, and say, okay, we are the rising star of Ghana, and hence get up and petition despite media. All right, you that they have petitioned against you, Vim lady, your interest will not fall within their individual capacity as Ghanaians. You would want to raise the authenticity of that group. And in establishing authenticity, that is when their nationality and their identity will fall in place.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree.
yeah,
I think they are individual.
I was just going to say something, but even petitioning for a removal of anybody in these higher institutions doesn't even end at the petition. There are procedures that you have to go through for the removal.
No.
Let's take the CJ's. Let's even take the OSP, for instance. We will have to go through the CJ, go to an independent committee, and then the referral to the president for an action to be taken. So it doesn't really matter who petitions. Once you're a Ghanaian, I may be wrong, maybe my street law. Once you're a Ghanaian and the law permits you to petition, the onus now lie on these various channels that you have to pass through before a determination at the end of the day for an action to be taken by the president for a removal. So where is the issue now for you? I really want to understand.
Afia, do you know that right to fair hearing is a sine qua non? I believe you know that.
They need a minimum.
Due process, like everybody, natural justice. Rules of natural justice, everybody's entitled to
You
it.
should just say rules of natural justice.
No, but I think you even say this right to fair hearing. Everybody has a right to fair hearing. Yeah.
Fair
Oh, I
hearing
think I
is a
heard
sine qua
something
non.
else. I didn't
But
hear the fair
probably
hearing.
I chipped in the what do you call the Latin word? I'm sorry.
You used the
Okay, I'll
Latin.
just-
I didn't hear the fair hearing. I heard the Latin word.
You see, if 3 petition constitute one, we should look at the standard of the office. It's a governance co-equal arm of government office. All right, it's just like getting up to petition or what do you call it? The president. I mean, just to make up a removal of the president, you need 2/3 majority of parliament. All right, to pass it. So let's say 3 people differently petition against the CJ. Okay, hence she applied to be given copies and given period to file a response and all that. But you see, let's look at the interest of fair hearing, right, and the standard rule of law. If the woman says, I want to know the identity of the people in respect of those who has petitioned my office on my removal, and 3 petition has been leveled against me as charges, fair be it, grounded, and 1 alone has been completely heard, and even a date fixed for final response from the CJ's end was to have finished the committee. The committee gave her a date to file your final response or probably defense or whatever you have in respect of what we have done with just one of the petitioners, and hence we'll continue with the others. Given the date period, probably before then you get the news that the committee has already given their findings and a copy has been served to the presidency at the Jubilee House. We are talking about 3 petitions. You
Okay,
see,
so
I'm
please
not
just
interested
make
in
your points. I think we need to move on to others so we can, you have a timer on your 2 minutes. Yeah.
My major problem is that how we make institutions appear before the rule of law. How we make institutions appear before the rule of law.
Okay.
If you are a party forming government after winning election, and you publicly tell the whole country that, I'm using a very common phrase, you do overhauling of all the arms of governance, then clearly what you are telling everybody is to sit upright. So whether your parliament, judiciary, is electoral commission, whatsoever it is, and any malfeasance of anything. I remember you talk of the EC, and Afia was giving some narrative of, institutional errors and all that. But mind you, even in a raw tactics, when we go to the poll center and vote, don't you know we after counting they also call for recounting again. So administrative errors when it comes to mathematics is clear. Probably the EC may fed certain information on their website and later pull it down, correct it, and come up. So if tomorrow, as we are hearing, that there is another new petition, so clearly, is it that the government has the bold willing to, if indeed there is an administrative errors in all these institutions, or he just wants to do the overhauling that they claim they want to do? Is it just to fulfill a campaign promise to Ghanaians?
Okay.
Let's look at the international reputation of the country. Afia was making that point clearly,
I think
that the
you've made your
president
point.
should also should consider his legacy after office,
Okay.
because his name will be tagged to all these things that are happening in the
Okay.
history of Ghana's politics and the rule of law. I think
All right, thank
that's
you.
fair for
If I don't think this
I'll
is a
borrow your
question.
box.
I think this is not a question. This is a submission. So we really appreciate you. Or you want to speak up to it? I don't know whether it's a question. Okay, Cardman, please ask your question because I know if you will want to run out soon. So
Oh, thanks. I have a quick
Sir
question.
Cadman, sorry. If you want to come up, please follow the host first. If not, I won't.
the only host to connect with everybody on the platform. Host Tacha on show.
Yeah, if you, I don't know whether I heard you right because I was on FYP before I dropped in. Did you? I don't know. I want you to clarify this. You said something like the president, reputation is above. It goes all the way worldwide, right? And as such, he shouldn't be pulled into this kind of politics. Right, he should be very careful how he handles things like that. Is that what I?
Yeah.
Is that exactly what he? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
shouldn't fall
my
for this.
question
Yeah.
to you is that if we go by the law of the land, the constitution, right, and if a petition is given to the president, what's your expectation on that?
Say that again.
If a petition is given to the president, right? There's a petition to remove somebody. For example, we're talking of OSP or
EC.
the CJ or whoever it is. You made mention that the president should be very careful not to be pulled by the law, strictly by the law. What does the law say?
Well, in the case of the CJ, the president doesn't have to do anything. He has to just forward it
Okay.
to a committee that will establish that whether or not there's a prima facie question for the CJ to answer. But you
Exactly.
see, I looked at it beyond just the petition issue. I looked at it holistically, and I looked at what commentary was done
made
before the elections and what commentary has been done after the election. So if you put that together with the petition, so you have three levels of it: the things that were said before on campaign platforms about those offices, and then the petition, and the things that have been said after. So if you add all that three, you can see that it wasn't entirely about the petition, but it was also a political agenda to remove it. And that's why I'm saying that his reputation is global. So
Yeah.
from 2016, when the president lost the elections and he was in opposition, he was appointed on a UN job. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying that his impact is beyond Ghana. So when there are political party foot soldiers whose only mindset and agenda is and vision is just Ghana, if you follow them too much, you can reduce your outlook to their level. Meanwhile, your reputation goes beyond Ghana, it even goes beyond Africa. Why is it that when we were doing the inauguration of President Mahama, Tuari, another president from Africa, came? They just didn't come because some of them were invited, but they look up to Ghana. That's how impactful
Yeah.
whatever happens in Ghana is on our neighboring countries and even beyond.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up because I just want to make sure we are on the same page. So you understand that irrespective of what anybody said, right? If a president is given a petition, the mandate of the president by the constitution supposed to forward it to the CJ, correct? To the Supreme Court.
No, this one, in the case of the CJ, it's not even to the Supreme Court. There's a committee that has to be established.
A committee. That
So
has
he
to-
doesn't
so-
have to do anything about the petition. Once he
Okay.
gets, he has to just forward it.
So he actually did what the
Yeah,
constitution.
he followed the
required.
constitution process. He followed everything. Yeah.
Okay, so it followed through, and the committee now is left to the committee to make a recommendation, right? So technically, he cannot decide by the constitution. He can make a decision and say, I'm not going to follow through at all.
No.
Correct. So
No.
he has to by law, right? So he fulfilled his constitutional mandate. Correct. Okay. So I just want to make sure that people understand, because it doesn't sound like the president has a control over it.
No, he doesn't. For the removal of the CJ, the constitution is very clear. 146 says the moment you get the petition, forward it. The president cannot even establish whether there's merit in the petition or not. Forward it.
Exactly.
That's what he did. So he followed it.
He followed it. And the same applies to, and when it comes to the OSP and all those things too.
I think
He
OSP
has-
has
We have to clarify. I think the OSP
it
they
goes
have
to
to
the
establish.
Go through
CJ,
CJ.
and then
That's what I'm saying.
independent-
So
yeah.
that one too has to be followed through the CJ. So
the CJ to an independent
Yes. So,
committee before, yeah.
yeah. So my clarity is that basically we are all on the same page, that irrespective of what anybody said, it is the mandatory for the president, if a petition is served to you, okay, to take it up and forward it to you, whether your reputation is at stake or your reputation is not at stake, by the constitution, which is sworn an oath to. He has to follow it up by forwarding it up to the next stage. So in this case, for the CJ, he forwarded it to the committee. He formed a committee, he gave it to them, and they came back with a recommendation. So it was not a unilateral decision by anybody. It was through the constitution. That's how the Ghana constitution is structured. Am I mistaken? Are we
No.
on the same page? Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all that I wanted to say.
So I understand where Cadman is coming from, is that this has nothing to do with the president. And so when you say that he shouldn't fall for the sycophants around him, it suggests that he is taking the decision. I have said here before, sometimes, and that is why, Cadman, you've always preached the gospel according to a constitutional review, so that we restructure our things in our country, because the constitution itself has a problem. We know on paper the law is the law and it must go through procedure before an action is taken by the president. But at the end of the day, we know realistically these things have political undertone, and so I'm tempted to believe that she said that because of course we know where it's coming from when things like this come up, but on paper of course it has to go through the right channels, and then the president now acts on it. He has no hands in it. So when Afia says that he shouldn't fall because of precipitation, you are trying to say that he has no business. It is just constitutional mandate he's performing.
No, but that can't be right. Cadman is looking at it very oversimplistically, and he's looking at it based on just the constitutional provision. But this is Ghana. There are things that happened before the constitutional provisions kicked in, before the petition, because the petition that will kickstart the constitutional processes. But before the petition, there were comments that were made, and the president himself made some of the comments that we will remove. You see,
have to
when
look
you
at
do
it in
that,
that
you color
context.
whatever constitutional processes that are available in the constitution. And that's what somebody said earlier on, that even when it comes to the constitution, there's what Justice Owa said, that there's a spirit and there's the letter of the law. What Cadman is talking about is the letter of the constitution, but there's also a spirit, and the spirit is the intention. Is the intention of the people who are affecting the constitution, and the intention is what was said before the petition was sent.
So we wouldn't be having this conversation
mention
if
that,
these commentaries didn't come before.
If there were no commentaries,
We wouldn't be
it would
having
have
this
been
conversation.
there would be a clean slate that look, this is the process which was starting by the petition. But there was a commentary that was made by not just one person, not two people, not three people. You see, so what, you establish a foundation upon which, when there's a proper petition that is filed, everybody knows that the petition is not an innocent petition. Sometimes politicians do some of these things and they color even their most genuine of intentions. So that's all I'm talking about. Even when you know some of the, but I don't blame them, you see, because there was a commentary that was going on before all these processes, But if it was clean, then all this will not have happened, because it creates a lot of suspicion, which is what that's what everybody is talking about. There's a commentary, so the petition is not in isolation. The petition is a response to the commentary that was done before government change power.
Did you just say I don't know again? Did you say that Mahama said when he comes to
Mahama by the party? I don't know.
I don't remember exactly. I mean, too many things go on in my mind. But this is the NDC position.
I know the NDC
as a campaign message before the elections. We will remove. Even to the point that the bench, the entire Supreme Court was labeled as unanimous FC. You cannot claim that you don't know that or you didn't hear that.
No, but
so that was all over.
It's not the president, right?
Because
it doesn't have to be the president.
I remember individuals.
It doesn't have. It's the position of NDC as a party that we will remove. Not one executive, not two executives, not three executives. So I'm saying that the smartest thing would have been that nobody talks about it.
The question Cadman is asking is this did not perhaps, because I don't remember Mahama making this statement, but it was the party.
I also don't remember Mahama himself. Yes, but I'm saying that the position of the party.
So does it matter because he did not make it? So does it matter, or does that prevent it?
No, it matters. It matters.
It matters. Okay.
You see, because the party people pull all sorts of strings. It's just like, you know, like the Kufuor issue when there was talk of remove Kenofoyata. There were party people who were pulling strings, which is why he did remove. When he himself stood on the inauguration Independence Square platform and said that, look, I'll protect the public purse. We also, and the Kufuor, the public purse was also protected. It was party people who were pulling strings. It's not just about the person. No, the kind of governance systems we run in Ghana, we run in Africa, it's not the individual president. There's so many interests that comes to play.
Do you have any confidence in the judicial system?
Oh, I do. I think that even a broken judicial system is better than no judicial system. It's better than the kangaroo court era. So we will gradually we will get there. It's not the best, you know. The judicial system is not the best. There are lots of errors, but we will get there. So I have confidence. It's not 100%, but at least it's better than no system.
All right, good night. Thanks for taking my question. So I appreciate you.
Cadman came back, I know.
Thank you.
Okay, let's hear from Healing. You say you have a question.
MOB wanted to ask something.
Okay, MOB, please ask. Okay. MOB, please go ahead.
We shouldn't act like, you know, based on the constitutions and everything that have been said here, the president, like behind the scene, don't know what is going on. Sandy, before the appointment or the removal of the IGP, we all knew who was coming to replace him. Even with the Attorney General, there were rumors, conversation around the tables, and in lo and behold, when the verdict came out, we all saw, you know, saying. So all these things that we are doing in the country is just like, I would say, a mere formality. But we cannot deny the fact that there's an influx of politics in our judicial system and most of the independent agencies that are supposed to be very independent. Let's not sit here and act like this is not going on. And everything that Afia is saying is true. The thing is, are we just sucking them to build on a foundation of a very new institutions that are operating on their own, a learned one that seems to have a changes? Or we are just doing that for political sake? Okay, we are not learning anything as a country. If this government comes in and he removed, and the next moment Bami also comes and he removed, and this comes and removed, what are we learning as a country, one, and as an institution? Are we building them for political rebuttal, or we are building them to work independently without the influence of these politicians? This is what we should look at, you know. And looking at the nature of the country right now, we are just making big mistakes. Because our party members are saying we should remove, we just go ahead and remove and do petition after petition after petition after petition. So the question is, who is next? You see, so I mean, everything she's saying, unless you want to look at from the angle of a political, like I know if you are from the NDC side, you by all means find fault with what she's trying to say. And I know if you are from the MPP side, you also try to defend because you might think in one way or the other it's going for you. But what she's saying is a fact. We are playing politics with our judicial and most of our independent institutions, and that needs to be stopped. I mean, that's all she's trying to say. And so we shouldn't act like the president don't know anything about it, and they're just going strictly by the constitution. And so the president he has hands in it. He influences most of the decisions that have been taken, and that's the
allegedly. Many lawyer, if you are a lawyer, okay, Healing, please ask your question quickly. I think we have to be rounding up here.
Yeah, so I'm going to be brief right here. It's going to be a suggestion just to buttress what Sister Afia is. By the way, let me say hi to Sister Afia. Sister Afia knows me, and that's my. She trained me, so yeah. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so I am going to say that to buttress what Sister Afia said earlier, that it looks as if the Ghana that we have right now is not learning that. You see, it's like the political parties sit behind, and whenever they are at home, what they are doing is that they are harboring political enmity, and they come back to power to hatch it, just to banter each other, and it's not going to help Ghana as we anticipate to move on in life or move Ghana forward. How are we going to sit to learn, and what are they showing to Ghanaians, youngsters? You see, what is going on right now? I don't well if the office of the special prosecutor is removed or whatever, we shouldn't sit behind and looking at the big names that they make, and that okay, they have had something for themselves, so this is it. But we should look at it from the point that okay, if the person merits it, as this Tifia was saying earlier, then we should look beyond that, and then let them work to that point. And even the state should put.
Oh, I think you're muted. Okay, go ahead.
The state should rather put measures that individuals that hold positions cannot do anything on their own to favor themselves. You see, so I don't want to go any further. I just want to buttress what Stefia said here, that they should, by all means, put measures such that no individual comes to position to doing things for themselves just to favor some people. That's it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. PK, please ask your question briefly. Yeah. Just be quick, please. Our time is running out.
Mine is a follow-up question to what Mr. Cadman said. My question was, what do the Chief Justice has to do if it comes out that the committee that is set up is not coming from people from the neutral ground but politically inclined? One, does the media has a role to play in that? And is there any provision for the Constitution as to what the Chief Justice should do when you find out that that committee that is set up for the hearing is made up of people from a particular political party that is, staging for her or his removal?
But I think the Chief Justice can protest. But in this case, the committee was not made up of people from NDC. No. You cannot say that the people are necessarily... No. She raised issues about some of the people, but I don't think this committee was necessarily NDC people who were members of this committee. No. But she can only protest because, I think somebody came on and raised the issue of fair hearing, because under the law, every citizen has a right to fair hearing. So if you think that the committee will be likely to be biased against you, you can raise that issue. It's just like going before the court and saying that the judge is likely to be biased against you, so the judge should recuse him. So we can make that application, and if the committee, the chair, those chairing the committee see reason in it, they will agree with it. If they don't, they will throw it away. So she raised that issue, but I don't think there's any known NDC member in the committee. No.
Okay, PK, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Nee, please ask your question. Thank you, Nee. PK, I'll borrow your box. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sandy. Okay, so I just wanted to follow up with what Mr. Cadman said. And Sister Stefia, this is for you. Now, you were talking about the commentaries that came before the NDC came into power, right? And then that suggests that even if there is merit for her removal, it goes away to kind of like play, and it undermines the whole process, if that was what you were trying to let us understand. Now, would you agree, and if you would recall, under His Excellency Nanado, there was a petition for the removal of the same CJ. In your opinion, no, it was. I don't
recall which CJ. Justice Tokonu.
Tokonu, yes, it was by.
I don't remember that one. I remember Charlotte Osei's petition.
No, there was one. There was one.
There was one.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for her removal.
But because Professor Sari is involved in this, the new petition against the CJ too.
Yes, but under President Akufo-Addo, he also wrote a petition.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Okay, but since you said you don't recall, it will be difficult.
No,
to
but it's
follow the
okay.
question.
It's okay. It's okay.
So I was trying to say, per the narrative, right? How would you say, or how would you even convince somebody to say that now under the leadership of the former president, he went through the process and at that point realized that with consultation and what have you, realized that there was no basis for even referring it, hence no even establishment of a prima facie. And then we would want to bury that narrative to say, oh, we cannot read meaning into it to say because he appointed her, so he decided not to scrutinize it and ended it at the front door. But in this case, because there was commentary, even if there were merits or merits were the reasons for a removal, the commentary now overrides the merit.
I think you are even saying the same thing I was saying, because I don't remember that petition that Professor Asari said sent under President Akufo-Addo. But even if, like what you're saying is true, that even makes my point even more sound. Because if a petition was sent to President Akufo-Addo and he didn't forward it to the committee, because that's the constitutional formula. The formula in the constitution is that if you receive a petition, you, the president, are not the one to establish a prima facie question. You have to send it to forward it to the committee. So you form the committee for the committee to make that determination. So if President Akufo-Addo did not even look at that, then it means that President Akufo-Addo is the one who has breached the constitution. And that even makes the commentary that happened before President Mahama came to power more relevant, that although he followed the constitution, because there was perhaps maybe the error that happened under President Akufo-Addo, that is why maybe NDC members were very loud in saying that we will remove the woman when we come. Because maybe there was failure to remove her, or failure to even examine the petition under President Akufo-Addo. So your point even makes what I said even more relevant. You see, the point, the thing we do, the politics we do in Africa, it's not like the politics they do elsewhere in America. I mean, now even the American politics is becoming like the Ghana politics. There's no smoke without fire, as our grandfathers used to say. So the petition, whether or not NDC spoke about it or not, there is no smoke without fire. In this case, there was even smoke, and the smoke was visible, and the smoke was mentioned on platforms before. So what happened at the Akufo-Addo, if what you are reminding me of is even true, makes even what I said even more relevant.
Yeah, but the issue with the that I raised earlier, okay, I think the substantive matter I was drawing your attention to, okay, was not basically about the error, because I think I don't really have the whole thing of it, but I remember that when it came to the presidency, as received by the president, it went for consultation. But then, but
the constitution doesn't say that the president should go for a consultation. The constitution says
no. It's referred to.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm trying to say a prima facie was not established. Hence, the reason why there wasn't continuity. Okay.
Do
you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay, but that's why earlier when I was saying that NDC followed the exact constitutional formula.
Yeah, but the point Kadma and I, okay, seem to draw here is the understanding of everybody, okay? So I'm even trying to speak like a layman, that if we are saying there were commentaries before, okay, hence the reason why even if there were merits for the removal of the CG, it does not shadow the commentary, then one is also tempted to believe. Could we say even at that point also for a prima facie not to be established was because they had appointed her, so hence we are not going
to... Oh yes, definitely. Okay, the president will have an interest. President Akufo-Addo will have an interest that because he brought her, he will keep her even when people complain that, look, we have reason to demand that you remove her. Definitely. You know, when I started in my intro, I spoke about how in Africa, the people's loyalties are to the people who appointed them. So your point is even a clear indication that President Akufo-Addo's loyalty was to Justice Tokono. And that speaks to the issue that I spoke about earlier about separation of power, that we blurred the lines. I have a friend, Lawyer Kwenu, who said that Ghana's arms of government has become like this way chocolate drink. Do you hear news you share? Because we have mixed the milk and the sugar and the noodle. You know? Yeah, because we have mixed the judiciary with the executive and parliament. So it has become like this way chocolate drink. You know, and that your point speaks to that issue, because President Akufo-Addo appointed her. no matter the merits of the petition that was given to him, he would not have removed it.
Baba,
That's a very valid
my
point.
final one, Sandy.
Okay,
My final one
we
is
are
that,
wrapping up, so please.
yes,
quick,
just a last one. That which I strongly disagree. Okay, is that I think with all the reputation His Excellency John Mahama, okay, has gotten, I strongly believe if it would take us to have petitions that have merits for us to get heads rolling in all the institutions, I strongly subscribe to that. I think he would have to put aside his reputation and make sure that the right thing is done, and then people are in to serve rather than to be servants to the appointor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. We have to wrap up, so I'll take up 2 questions and then we are going. Wait from Alex and then Ernest. Ernest, take your question, Alex, and we'll call it a night. We've gone past our time. Afia is always laughing at me for sitting here midnight. Today she's here with me. I'm surprised she's still here though.
This opportunity.
Yeah, Ernest, yeah. Please do it quick.
I've got a helper. That's why I would have.
I was going to ask you. I'll talk about this back door. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead.
My first question. Yeah, my first question. What make Ghanaians voted against NPP and President Kufuor massively? It's because of NDC shouting against all these people, EC and CJ. They are incompetent. That is why NDC campaign and Ghanaians understand NDC and voted for them to come and reset Ghana. Or you are talking about because of that is why they try to remove these people, or they are incompetent. Are we looking for to criticize them? And look, we are looking for the petition, or we are looking for what NDC said.
Okay,
That's
do
my
you understand the question?
Not really, but I think he said the MPP lost because people
Of the
were complaining.
incompetent performance of the government. So should we be looking at the incompetence or we're looking at what? I don't understand the other part of the question though.
I also don't understand the other part of the question.
Okay.
Ernest, can you please ask it in
Afia,
straight words? so we
you
can-
said NDC is making some promises. If they win power, they are going to remove CJ and EC. So automatically they are going to remove them no matter what the petition is. It's their mentality. They are going to remove them. I said it's because of their incompetent or what?
Okay. So you mean the NDC removed those people because they are incompetent, not just because of what they said?
Yes.
Okay. I said that the commentary they made about the fact that they will remove the CJ kind of colors the removal process, even if it's genuine. It makes it look questionable. That's what I was also saying. But you have a point, yeah.
Okay. My second question. In as a Ghana as a nation, position like CJ, a position like EC, if you are not capable to do that work, can we bring someone who is going to train on that position?
Well, the CJ's position is normally given to justices of the Supreme Court, and usually we have quite a number. I think under Kufuor there were 15 Supreme Court justices, and now that I think Justice Tokono is out, and the other CJ, Justice Doche, and all those, President Mahama recently appointed some new judges to the bench, so there's always somebody there. So there's no way there will be like a vacancy where nobody is adequately trained for the position. At every point in time, there are more than 9 justices of the Supreme Court. So once a CJ is not there, there's always another person to do the job, because all the judges on the Supreme Court bench are qualified to be Supreme Court as qualified to be a chief justices. But for the other institutions like electoral commission, for instance, electoral commissions usually they are commissioners, and all the commissioners equally are competent to be commissioner of electoral commission. So there's no need to train. There are always people who have been trained in line waiting to do the job. But because it is by appointment, the president has the power to decide whoever he wants to bring to become CJ. Because that's the constitution gives the president the power to appoint, to nominate electoral commissioner or nominate the CJ. So,
but you said we need to build them.
No, I said we need to build
institutions, yes,
systems,
okay.
Not them.
Okay,
they are individuals,
okay,
but the systems that they work with, so that they can work efficiently. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, I get you.
Mr. If I know, sir, you are tired. I'm going to keep it very simple for you. Mom say, "Brofune ane din wa habate be ne kakrakra." Mr. Afia, don't you think, sir, the people that are leading the OS, don't you think we should give it to the judicial system for them to select someone that is competent to lead it, so that we don't conflict arms of government? Don't you? That's my first question.
Well, perhaps that would be a very good option to give it to the judicial service. But given the kind of situation that we have now, even the judicial service is caledo. So even giving it to the judicial service is going to be a problem, because no matter who you appoint, there will still be the perception that the person is from A party or B party persuasion. Because the idea of establishing the office of special prosecutor was not to make the person look like the attorney general, because the attorney general, by virtue of the fact that it's the president of the day that appoints the attorney general, makes the person already colored, because that person does the bidding of the party in power that appoints them as the attorney general. So the idea was, let us establish an OSP who is appointed one time for a particular tenure. You see, so that the person's loyalty is not just to the person who appointed the person, but the office is so independent that he will not work according to the whims and caprices of a particular interest. But, so like I'm saying, that let's build that institution and let's make it work. Because even if you give it to the judiciary right now, the judiciary has been labeled as unanimous FC. The judiciary has been labeled. If you mention this judge name, they said, "Oh, this judge is from this." If you mention this, that they say, "Oh, this judge is from that." So it's difficult to say that giving it to the judiciary will save the situation.
Would that require constitutional review before that?
Yes, it will, because the constitution that gives the power to the president to nominate. So unless we amend the constitution, yeah.
And Sister Afia, my last question. I really appreciate the support. I was just thinking that we can go. Sister Afia, the man's job is to hold people accountable. He's supposed to prosecute. What are his KPIs? What are his checks and balances? Who reviews the performance of the OSP when he's not up to the task? Who does that? Until that one is clearly defined, his position is going to be compromised, because if he is appointed by the president, what makes us think that he's not going to hold the president's people accountable? He is compromised already. Or don't you think so?
Well, not necessarily. The person who appointed him is not even there. But the idea was to make that office. See, if you look at the law that establishes the office of the special prosecutor, it's giving the special prosecutor so much power to make him independent.
Yeah.
So
the last time I checked, I think he answers to Parliament. Is it?
It's giving him so much power to be so independent. That's the idea behind the office of the special prosecutor. So it doesn't matter that A appointed him, but that independence. So that's why when Martin Amidu was in office, the only thing that Martin Amidu was complaining about is they are using resources against me. They are squeezing resources. They are stifling me. They are starving my office of resources as a way of manipulating me to play ball with them. Because it's so independent, you can't tell the office of special prosecutor to prosecute A or B. That's why initially we were all saying that he should make sure every case he starts, he will conclude it and make the public aware. And that will kind of reinforce or build the confidence of the public in his office that is truly independent. It's a new office, so we should give it time.
If you read the section 15 of the Act, the Special Prosecutors Act, Act 959, it states clearly that stated misbehavior or incompetence, those are grounds that the special prosecutor can be removed. And you know that anybody, being a Ghanaian, can file a petition on behalf of being a Ghanaian and for the people and present it to the president if these are found. Sister, we watched TV and we saw what the Public Accounts Committee brought on TV. Those accounts were audited. Don't you think that the special prosecutor could have taken those audits and then started prosecution across, because these are municipal, district, and metropolitan assemblies that have malfunctioned our finance across the country? Don't you think that he could have taken that and prosecuted people starting from that end?
Okay, but you are raising two different issues. You are raising the basis upon which the special prosecutor can be removed from office. And one of the elements is stated misbehavior. And then you are adding another issue. What section did you even raise? Section what?
Was section 15. The act was 959.
I'm on the act, so
yes.
Okay, so section 15 says removal of special prosecutor shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence, incapacity to perform functions of the office by reason of infirmity of body or mind, willful violation of the special prosecutor's oath of secrecy, conduct which brings or is likely to bring the officers. Okay, but the stated misdemeanor, and these are especially the stated misdemeanor element. The same element is in the one of the elements for the removal of the Chief Justice. It's also there.
Yes.
Okay, yes. But one of the reasons why all of us are pushing for constitutional review is because of some of the ambiguous language like this, stated misdemeanor. What does it mean? Stated misdemeanor. It gives anybody the power to do whatever they want and remove the person from office. This has to be clear.
Don't you think that one has to be clear? Okay, you've already said it.
Yes, it has to be clear. Stated misdemeanor. So if the person doesn't like your face, they will say that we told you to buy a big pen and you bought ball pen. So that is stated misdemeanor. That has to be clear. It has to be clarified so that the specific ingredients that amounts to stated misdemeanor has to be clear. And all these ambiguous languages, the reason why sometimes politicians abuse their office to do things. You know, when they want to, it's the same thing under the removal in the constitution for the removal of the Chief Justice, stated misbehavior. For me, it has to be clear. The language has to be clear to avoid any enticement to abuse these conditions. You know, so that's one thing that you said. You know,
I think you should come back. We need you on a full program. Thank you so much.
That petition is on my behalf. You know, when we're talking about this ambiguity of the constitution, sometimes the last time we spoke about even the consecutive term of the president is another thing that I feel is very ambiguous, and that's why there's this debate about whether he can rerun again, go for a third term or not. And people were arguing that
I think the constitution, the Supreme Court lost the opportunity when Ken Kranchi went to court. Ken Kranchi went to court under Mahama.
We said the same thing.
Ken Kranchi went to court under Mahama and said that, look, explain, because Mahama is campaigning. If the man can go again, let us know. If the constitution, the intention, like I was quoting Justice Owa, he said there's a spirit at the letter of a constitution, and that the constitution has spirit and it has the capability to grow. So if those who did the constitution in 1992 thought that 2 consecutive terms means that it is continuous, and that when it is truncated, the person can start another 2 terms, let us know. They just threw his case out. And now we are stuck with it. They should have given us a good guideline so that if President Mahama can do another term, he should do another term.
And Sister Afia,
the
constitution doesn't even block the president from vying for a vice president. Nothing blocks him from even vying for a vice president. Nothing. So he can come back and even do it. Not just the president, but come as
our constitution was done in a rush. So our failure to properly amend it is the reason why we are stuck here. I mean, look at the US constitution. They've had countless amendments, serious amendments. And that's where we should go to, not the political amendment that we do on the side, but we should, like Justice Owa said, it has a spirit and a letter. We should allow the constitution to grow to serve us. Not this ambiguous language that the person can be removed from stated misbehavior. What? So if you go and urinate and the person doesn't like how you urinate, or you walk and they don't like it, they say that is stated misbehavior.
Or the size of your bola.
Or you've taken somebody's girl, they will just say that, oh, this is stated misbehavior. You chasing one of my girls, so go. We must, and you see, unfortunately, we the people, the voters, we are not interested in such conversations. We are usually interested in the trivial issues. Oh, NDC has sacked this, so MPP should sack this, this person has sacked this. So these are the very deep issues that we must be interested in, but I think often we are more than not interested in these things. We like the surface one where everybody can do say, "Ayo, nipa beshi alo," you know.
Okay. I think you're done. Alex, I think you're done. Birthday girl, you missed the opportunity to have your birthday. We've been looking for you. We brought a musician to sing for you. You were nowhere to be found. So I think it is what it is. The law is the law. So, Millie, unfortunately, we tried. I'm sorry.
No way.
No, he's gone.
No
He dropped. Did you see him in the box? Prince was here.
Oh, I saw him.
Yeah, Prince was here. So, unfortunately, he dropped. So, I don't see him on the live anymore, and our time is way. So, we'll take it to Freaky Friday, and then we'll do it on Freaky Friday for you. We wanted to give you a special treat, but you are not stable. I've never seen a moderator who is not stable like you.
The moderator is more busy than you.
Stable.
She's so unstable. Let me expand this so you guys can see her. Have you seen her? You look at her. So happy birthday to you. And Sister Cherry, thank you so much. Yeah, Afia came.
Thank you.
She came to surprise me today. I wasn't honestly expecting her.
I was about to. I'm doing a whole project, and I just got bored. I said, "Let me just go on." And I saw you. I said, "Okay, let me."
That's
go.
nice. I'm very grateful you came. My people are always yearning for you anytime you come here. Me oba hasha munche na di munya ni shi. They be on person oba sasa no Ghana people. No, they're like that. This is my Ghana people. Chana omuti. So
it's okay. For God and country.
I'm person oba sasa. First time, thank you for God and country. Ghana for God and country. Nini na kamu. What? They be a kasa. Anyway, thank you so much. I think you spiced up the show tonight, and we are very grateful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Time.
We'll come and do another.
This one is not for you. This Ekutia is not for you.
we will do another one on the relationship thing. I did a video and I was saying that we should bring the US law of alienation of affection.
Oh, the one we spoke about
to Ghana.
The one we spoke about.
I don't know if we spoke about that, but there's a case in the US in North Carolina that went to court. This. The wife sued the side chick for alienation of affection and won 1.57 million.
Yeah, should we do
We
that
want it in Ghana, pa.
Yeah, I did a video and said that we should push our MPs to bring that same law to Ghana.
I saw it today. Should
And
we do
that
it
will
on
allow
Thursday?
the legal wives to
because they
sue
have
their
the
side
side
chicks.
chicks.
Yes, for compensation.
Omo side chicks they will not push for it to come on.
If you will be available, we can do that on Thursday.
Thursday is Thanksgiving, please. Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Sorry.
Sunday, where is your turkey?
May you crowd to war is
Thursday is Thanksgiving. Nobody's doing anything.
Oh, but Thanksgiving you better pone about 7.
David. Thanksgiving is for rest, madam, rest.